Hello everyone, I Jhanak Patel, Assistant Professor in Alger Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Electronics and Communication, welcoming you to my channel in the session of Wireless Communication. Today I am going to discuss about Unit 3 with topic Fresnel zones, log distance path loss model and log normal shadowing model. Let's start with Fresnel zones. So, Fresnel zones is mainly used for diffraction purpose. We already discussed in the last lecture about diffraction and its knife edge diffraction model, in which we discussed that the diffraction loss is a function of path difference and that is to be expressed by Fresnel zone. Fresnel zones are mainly represent the distance in which secondary wavelengths have path length from transmitter to receiver. So it basically calculates the path length from transmitter to receiver end. Mainly they appear as concentric circles and these circles are called as Fresnel zones. Like this. In this figure you can see that there is a transmitter and receiver present at the end side and obstacle is in between transmitter and receiver. Here you can see different three concentric circle between transmitter and receiver and at the obstacle point. So here these three circles are named at 1, 2 and 3. So basically this 1, 2 and 3 point has radius which are indicated by R1, R2 and R3. So these R1, R2, R3 are generally represented in term of Rn. Here Rn means radius of nth concentric circle, which is given by square root of n lambda d1 d2 upon d1 plus d2, where n is number of circle. If we talk about the first circle, then n value should be 1. If we talk about the second middle one circle, then n's value should be 2, and accordingly lambda is the wavelength d1. d1 is distance from this transmitter to obstacle, and d2 means distance from receiver to this obstacle. So this is the equation which is used to find out the radius of different Fresnel zone or different Fresnel circles. Now how the question is how it actually look like when there is some obstacle or there are more than one obstacle is present in the path between transmitter to receiver. So it looks like this. Here you can see that there are one transmitter and here one receiver is present. In between this transmitter and receiver, two obstacles are present. Here you can see first obstacle and this is second obstacle. So due to this two types of obstacle present in between the way of transmitter to receiver, the three different Fresnel zone occurs. First Fresnel zone have the minimum radius compared to other Fresnel zone. Similarly, the second Fresnel zone and the third Fresnel zone. So whenever there are obstacle present in between the way of transmitter to receiver, so in between transmitter and receiver, the Fresnel zone occurs like this. Fresnel zone range should be less than 2d square upon lambda that we discussed in the previous lecture. D is the largest dimension of antenna and lambda wavelength. Now we took one example regarding this Fresnel zone. Consider this problem statement. A general design link for microwave link is 55% clearance of first Fresnel zone. For 1 kilometer link at 2.5 GHz frequency, what is the maximum first Fresnel zone radius and what clearance is required for this system? So here two things are asked. First one is about the Fresnel zone radius of first circle and then clearance required. Here basically we have to first calculate the R1. Now we know the equation of Rn, but for this Rn we have to first calculate the wavelength. So first of all we calculate the wavelength. Wavelength is given by lambda and it is equal to C by F. Here there is no medium is mentioned in the question, so we take free space as our medium. That's why we take over here C. If the medium is present, then you have to first calculate its velocity using equation v equal to 1 upon under root mu epsilon, but over here free space is mentioned, so we take directly C. So lambda is equal to C by F. C means 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second free space speed, and F means frequency, which is given 2.5 gigahertz. Gigahertz means you have to calculate 2.5 into 10 raised to 9. So it gives us wavelength 0.12 meter. So now we calculate the maximum first Fresnel zone radius. For maximum first Fresnel zone radius, here first Fresnel zone's radius is asked, so we take n is equal to 1 because first Fresnel zone is asked. If second Fresnel zone is asked, then we have to take n is equal to 2. If third Fresnel zone is asked, so we take n equal to 3. Accordingly we can choose many values of n. So now in this example or in this question, 1 kilometer link is mentioned. 1 kilometer link is divided in between transmitter and receiver with obstacle. So the maximum Fresnel zone at transmitter and at a receiver end is divided exactly into a half portion. So 1 kilometer divided by 2 means 500 meter. So we take distance from transmitter to obstacle equal to 500 meter, and same way distance from obstacle to receiver as 500 meter. If it is 2 kilometer is given, for this question 2 kilometer is given, then we simply divide 2 kilometer by 2. So 1 kilometer for each from transmitter to obstacle and from obstacle to receiver. Here 1 kilometer is mentioned, so we exactly divide this into half and get d1 equal to d2 equal to 500 meter. Now we put all these values into the equation of Rn like this. We know that Rn is equal to n lambda d1 d2 upon d1 plus d2. Square root of whole thing is taken. That's why over here power is 0.5 means square root of whole equation. So over here n is equal to 1 because first zone's radius is asked. So n is equal to 1. Lambda already we have calculated. So 0.12 meter. D1 and D2 distance from transmitter to obstacle and distance from obstacle to receiver 500 meter. So we put all the values in this equation. It looks like this, and the answer from this calculation is under root 30, which is equal to 5.477 meter. So this is the answer of our first question, radius of first Fresnel zone. Now the second question is what clearance is required at 55%. So 55% clearance means first Fresnel zone's 55% is taken of R1. So simply 55% means 5.477 into 55% means 55 upon 100 into 5.477. This gives answer 3.01, means 3.01 meter above the obstruction to line of sight distance. Means the distance between transmitter and receiver without obstruction, there should be a distance of 3.01 meter. Now how it look like? So it looks like between transmitter and receiver this obstacle and this 55% clearance is this region. Okay, so this is our one design example for Fresnel zone. Now moving toward the next topic. This is our fourth model, log distance path loss model. Already we have discussed three model earlier. First is free space propagation model, then reflector model, and third one is knife edge diffraction model. This model is our fourth model. Four different wireless models, log distance path loss model. So as we discussed in a free space propagation model, that there are some path loss present in the equation of receive power. Basically, path loss is given by PL in dB is equal to path loss at distance d0 plus 10 n log d by d0 plus x of sigma. Here, if we took into consideration the free space propagation model, then in case of free space propagation model, path loss equal to 4 pi d upon lambda square. If we want to put it in a logarithm form, then it will be equal to 20 log of 4 pi d upon lambda. Now in this case we take path loss at d0, means at reference distance it is taken, then 10 n log d by d0. Here the equation is in the form of logarithm, so it is like this, 10 n log d by d0. Actually it is d by d0 raised to n, but we take logarithm of path loss, that's why over here 10 n log d by d0. Here n is path loss exponent, d distance between transmitter and receiver, d0 is our reference distance, and here the new term is added, which is x of sigma. X of sigma is the one type of random variable that we also take in a shadowing model also. So it as I say that n is a path loss exponent, it also depends on the building type, means how it is a multi-story building, or it has only one floor building, or different partition is taken, or which type of losses are taken into consideration. Now here the signal strength is reduced due to path loss. So signal penetration in building depends on the effect of height and effect of frequency. Now as we know that about skin depth, as wave travels from one medium to another medium, there is some loss which is taken into consideration. This loss is the decrease in amplitude type. So this decrease in amplitude is called attenuation of wave, and this attenuation is related with the skin depth, and skin depth is also called as signal penetration. So it also depends on the frequency, because delta is equal to 1 upon pi f mu. Now we take one table. This shows the different path loss exponent value with different frequency, path loss exponent and deviation. In the next topic we see about the how deviation will be calculated. So it is basically a log normal shadowing method. Now log normal shadowing has its own advantage, because in this type of method the surrounding clutter is considered. As we discussed earlier that in case of free space propagation model, surrounding environmental clutter is not considered. Here this provides advantage that clutter is considered. Because of it, the path loss can be easily calculated as path loss equal to path loss at d0 plus 10 n log d by d0 plus x of sigma. This equation is same as for path loss model. Here the transmitter and receiver separation with different shadowing method will be like given by Gaussian distribution function. So Gaussian distribution function is given by 1 upon root 2 pi sigma e raised to x minus mu upon sigma square minus 1 by 2. Here mu is called mean and sigma is called variance. Normal Gaussian distribution looks like this. Here in this graph you can see this red color graph is our normal Gaussian distributed function, and this green and blue are for different value of mu and sigma. So basically we can say that from the Gaussian distributed function, the log normal shadowing path loss can be calculated. If you have any questions or query regarding session, you can ask me at my email ID. Thank you for watching.